Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post a quick video here. Just actually want to do kind of a little bit of a follow-up video to the one I did yesterday. Um, I, well, I guess first of all, let me say one of the things that I don't do, and I think a lot of you kind of know this at this point in time, is that when I shoot my videos, I don't do any type of editing or anything of that nature. I just hit record, start sharing and start talking and showing music and all of that, and then I post a video. And so a lot of times, I'll make little mistakes like I think a couple weeks ago I said, this is a nice blah blah blah, only limited to 500,000 copies when I meant to say 5,000. but so there's little things like that in my videos I'm sure you guys have seen over time. But again, I usually just kind of post and I don't go back and watch or anything else. But I saw a bunch of comments that came in, and I just found them kind of interesting because I was reading some of the comments and thinking, that's kind of interesting. And so anyway, so I went back and watched my video from yesterday. And one thing that I realized was that the kind of the cool point that I wanted to make, I didn't make the cool point. So I wanted to kind of come back and share that really quick because it's something that has always got me really kind of excited and that I really enjoy the thought of and that type of thing. So I wanted to kind of come back and share that. And I'm sure a lot of you probably feel the same way about the thing I'm going to share. So what it made, basically what it boils down to is when I did the little 2 or 3 minute commentary about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thing. I realized when I got towards the end of it, I was so busy trying to, or my thought process and not having anything script was just to get away from the conversation as quick as possible, that I didn't really make the kind of the cool point that I wanted to make through that. And if you recall the part where I was talking about, Kirk Hammett saying something that puts us all in it together, we're all a part of it or whatever. That really was kind of the part that I was really wanting to revolve around, if you will. And what I mean is that, when I think about rock and roll and just kind of music in general, let's just we call it rock and roll with all the different genres of secular music, if you will. I think one of the coolest things about it is that music and rock and roll is probably the most unifying thing still left on the face of this planet. And again, I think most of us here in the VC, or just in the music world in general, would kind of agree with that. There are very few things, if any other things, that you could, in one given night, just bring together 50,000 people, and within that crowd of people, you have a mixture of male, female, black, white. I follow Christian tenets. I follow Muslim tenets. I'm an atheist. Republican, Democrat, gay, straight, lesbian, transsexual, and any other mixture of all of those and thousands of other things as well. All those people can come together on one given night, and we all celebrate together. We all, in a lot of cases, we all celebrate in the same way. We all celebrate to the same thing. We all get excitement and these certain senses of ecstasy to the same thing. We all cheer and applaud and support at the same time in the same ways, and we all share the horns. We just all kinds of stuff. I don't really think there's anything else on the face of this planet that allows that to happen in an instant with that many strangers from anywhere around the world. And it's just like, yeah, that's rock and roll. It's a fabulous unifying thing. And so when I was trying to make the point the other day about Kirk Hammett saying something and putting something in a way that all of us are in it together, that's really more so what I was referring to is, I'm sure he feels that same way about rock and roll, and I do. And again, I think it's kind of safe to assume most people in the VC and just in the music world in general feel that same way. So it was kind of more so about all of us really making sure that we take the responsibility and make sure that we don't do anything to even start to divide or fight against that in any way, shape, or form. And someone like a Kurt Hammett has such a big microphone that if he shares a thought or something like that, my hopes would just be that he did it in a unifying all of us in it together type of way, because he loves this thing called rock and roll. He's built an incredible, great life with it. So it's like, if I'm going to go out there and speak to millions and millions of people around the world inside of this rock and roll world, I want to make sure that nothing comes out of my mouth or nothing comes from me that's going to play any role in starting to divide any of that. And that's really more of the point that I was trying to make with, bring everybody together, everyone be in it together type of thing. So I just wanted to kind of share that, because I started seeing these comments that were mentioning, Trump and all this type of stuff. And again, my thought process was that wasn't about political positioning and stuff like that. It was just more so about, gosh, don't let the political stuff start to creep into this great thing. I mean, not creep in, but you know what I mean, start to create any type of divide amongst any of the people within this rock and roll world. I like to think that, just kind of with the way that I am, obviously I'm a black guy that doesn't typically go to your stereotypical black shows. And again, you kind of know what I mean by that. I mean, most people at a Slayer concert don't look like me, but I always love the idea and the concept that it doesn't matter. That's the one place where if you can lip sync the words with me and you can headbang with me, come on in. that type of thing. And vice versa with you kind of know what I'm saying there. That's just the one thing I love so much about music, is that, again, it's just so unifying for all of us. And anything that starts to kind of take away from that, it's like, hey, let's not do that. Let's not go there. Let's especially if you have a big influence, let's make sure that we, things that we say or things that we do is a matter of keeping us all here. So whether it's someone with a stage like Kurt Hammett has, or even just an average Joe like me who just saw a few comments that felt like there was some divide taking place there because of something I said in the video. It's like, no, it may just be one or two people that I clarify something with, but still, I don't want to be a part of that divide, even between one or two people. It's still, that's important to me, because I love this freaking thing called rock and roll. It's it's been a guiding force in my life for sure. And again, it's the one unifier that we have left, so we all need to protect it in every possible way that we can. Because I think if that ever goes away to any degree, we're in big trouble. But anyway, so just wanted to kind of share that. Again, I think it's pretty safe to say that a vast majority of people here in the VC, or just in the music world in general, kind of feel that same way. And that was the point I was trying to make in the video yesterday. So again, I'm not going to go back and watch this one. I'm probably just going to post it. So again, just kind of being natural and real. That's the way it goes. So take care, VC. Great chatting with you guys, and we will talk to you soon. All right, take care, guys.